All right. So when you understand that all of these things that are truly representative of your core vibration, the things that are representative of the life you say you desire, wish, prefer, would be overjoyed and passionate to live, now that you know they are banging at your door trying to get in, maybe you will let that door open a crack. And now that you know there are things that are not representative of the vibration of your preference at all, things that are wholly incompatible with your core frequency, that are banging on the inside of the door trying to get out, maybe you will open that door a crack so that what needs to get out can get out and what needs to come in can come in. All you have to do is open the same door. And the things that need to leave will leave. And the things that wish to come in will come in. You will invite them in. And you will invite them to leave. It is as simple as that. They want to be where they need to be. The vibrations that are incompatible with your signature core want to be elsewhere. The vibrations that are compatible with your signature core want to be with you. The reality that they bring with them wants to be with you. The reality that isn't you doesn't want to be with you. It wants to be where it belongs. Let it be where it belongs. Let it go find its home. Let the things that need to find you come home to you. Because they are you. They are your home. They are your frequency. Now you can see with this analogy that you are floating around as individuals in a sea of whirlpools and vortices and eddies that are attempting to locate you. And as you allow them to come in, you will allow them to swirl and spiral into you. And as soon as they begin to swirl and spiral in, when you allow those other things to swirl and spiral out, you will make room for those things that belong with you and give freedom to those things that don't, instead of keeping them prisoner in your dungeon of pain and sorrow and suffering. This is why you have the phrase on your planet, misery loves company. You're holding on to all the things that are reflective of those things that don't belong to you and thus then create misery. Because you think that no one else is knocking at the door. When in fact all the things that would be representative of your joy are out there knocking, going, where is he? Where is she? Why does it seem that no one is home? And that is because you have created, by holding on to those that don't belong in your house, you have created such a cacophony of sound, such an overwhelming volume of sound of all of those individuals being so miserable and chatting in your mind and desiring to get out but not being let out and complaining about it, that you can't hear who's knocking at the door. It overwhelms the sound of that which wants to come in. So, you need to quiet those noises of the things that don't belong, quiet the chatter, and say, you know what? Party's over. It's time for the new party to begin. The one that is more compatible with my vibration. Time for you all that don't belong here to go find the parties you do belong to. Because you see, all things, as we say, serve double duty. And it is not that many of those things are in and of themselves bad or wrong by any sense. It just seems that way because they don't belong with you. And thus then when you let them find where they belong, they can be transformed into positive energy. And thus then everyone can be having a positive party simultaneously by allowing those components to find the correct houses in which they belong, the correct people to whom they belong. So, all of you now with this new understanding that this vibration is a part of nature and is seeking you out, that which is aligned with you, and that this vibration is a part of nature, of those things that wish to move away that don't belong to you, and are attempting to do so, but cannot as long as you use your free will and your belief system to hold on to them. Now perhaps you can relax the idea of feeling like there is something special you need to learn to attract things and something special you need to learn to let things go. The only thing, as we said, you need to do is let in and let go. You do not need to learn to attract. You do not need to learn to repulse. These things are automatically built into nature, to creation itself. You just need to allow it to operate according to the idea of your true signature frequency. So let us now, for the first exercise, imagine, if you will, by relaxing, taking a deep breath, and closing your eyes. Imagine that you are a shiny magnetic metal sphere. You are gleaming, a gleaming, beautiful magnetic metal sphere. And as you know, magnets can both attract and repel. So the idea now is that there are certain other smaller pieces of metal and magnets, some of which are attempting to come toward you, being attracted to you by your energy, some of which are attempting to repel away from you because of the incompatibility of your frequency. Thus then, allow yourself to imagine that this metal sphere that you are has rods extending from it in certain places, and at the end of those rods there is a metal plate, a flat metal plate. And that flat metal plate is keeping at bay, keeping away those pieces that are attempting to reach you. And now imagine that other places on your metal sphere have long, heavy chains. And these chains are attached to the pieces of metal that are attempting to run away from you, to fly away from you. But they can go no further than the length of the chains. And the chains are taut, vibrating, holding on to them. The rods and plates are keeping things away. The chains are holding things back. You are a metal sphere full of rods and chains. Now, allow yourself as this metal sphere to realize that there is a deeper core, that the shell of the sphere is the only thing that has the rods and chains, but that there is a deeper magnetic core deep within this idea. And a higher frequency, because remember, deep within actually means higher above. So even though it may seem in the illusion of physical reality to be inside you, deep down, it is in that sense inside you in a higher frequency. It is actually up in energy. And from this sphere within you comes the true core signature frequency. And now that you know, now that you have been told, now that you have received information through the shell to the core, that there are things that you desire, that you prefer attempting to reach you, and that there are things that you do not prefer attempting to get away, you let that energy and that information sink into the core, and you can now sense the core beginning to accelerate upward in vibrational resonance, becoming more and more and more vibratory, higher and higher in frequency, resonating, vibrating, humming with energy. And as it begins to do so, little tiny cracks begin to appear in the outer metallic shell. And here and there, those cracks start to go up the rods and the plates, and the rods and the plates begin to bend, and the chains begin to snap. And as you allow these cracks to radiate outward, and as the rods begin to crack, and as the chains begin to snap, you see and experience all the things being held by the chains flying away from you at the speed of light. And as the idea of all the rods holding away the things that are attempting to get to you snap and break, all of those things crash down onto the surface and shatter the outer metallic core and connect to the inner core, forming a beautiful crystalline surface of a new idea, a new you, one that is harmoniously and perfectly aligned with its true vibratory signature, and expressing that by allowing all the things that are in alignment with that frequency to come and wrap and form this beautiful, transparent crystalline shell of perfect identity, and allows all the things that are not you to go sailing away at the speed of light off into the endless void to find those places to whom and to which they belong. And you are just left as this perfect, beautiful magnetic core, shimmering, humming, and vibrating in this perfect, beautiful, transparent, crystalline shell that represents a pure alignment of your beliefs, your emotions, your thoughts and behaviors, the personality that you are, forming a pure spiritual envelope, a pure spiritual bubble, a pure spiritual crystalline form, taking its cue from the vibration of your core, having no impediment in it, no idea in it of anything that doesn't belong. It is all in perfect harmony, and it resonates and sings in pure crystal tones, feeding back to the core the vibrations in the form of song and light. And the light beams outward and is seen by creation, and creation rejoices in the pureness of the alignment, of the willingness to be perfectly who and what you were created to be. Breathe that in. And with every breath, understand you are energizing this vibration, this image of your true natural self. And that you now know that anything that does not belong to your vibration, you can simply let go and it will go away. Let it go. It doesn't belong to you. And those things you now know that are of your frequency, your core vibrational frequency, are automatically attempting to come to you, are automatically coming to you, are on their way always, and will appear instantaneously in the manifestation if you allow that door, the freedom to be open, so that the things that don't belong can leave and the things that do belong can come in. Take the hinges off that door. Remove the door entirely. Allow it to simply be an open doorway, an open gateway to all that you are, and allow all that you are not to be on its way. For through that door, things can pass in both directions. You are free to allow for a free-flowing exchange of energy, of that which is you and that which is not, to come and go. Freely come and go, with no need to hold on to anything that doesn't belong, and no need to try and attract anything that does. You just know that you are perfectly magnetic as long as you are willing to let it in. And as long as you are willing to let go of what doesn't belong, then there will always be a space for that which does belong. But you must make room. You must make room. So make room for that which is you, and bid a fond bon voyage to that which is not. And let it sail free upon the sea of eternity and the sea of synchronicity, so that it may flow with the eddies and vortices and find its natural place, so that there is balance within creation. All things being who, what, where, and when they perfectly need to be in the eternal now, the eternal sea of all that is, floating free dancing, swirling, diving, splashing, playing, loving, tumbling in perfect harmony with all other eddies and currents, all toward the source of all that is, the source of unconditional love and light that you now reflect with your perfect crystalline spirit sphere and its vibrating magnetic core of your unique truth. Breathe it in and let it out. And breathe it in and let it out. And breathe it in and hold on to nothing. Let it out. And let this be as natural as breathing. For every breath you know you need to take in, that is the law of attraction. And every breath you know you need to let out, that is the law of repulsion. Let this be as easy as breathing. Let it be as natural as breathing. So that all things that want to come to you with every breath. And all things that wish to go away with every exhalation. Let it be the cosmic breath in and out of attraction and repulsion, of that which is you and that which is not. Taking it in, letting go. Taking in, letting go. It is the cosmic breath of creation, the cosmic breath of all that is. Breathe easy. Breathe as one. Conspire with the Creator. Allow yourselves now. Reconnect to whatever reality you have so deemed you now exist within, knowing that you have in many ways rewired yourself in this perfect crystalline way. That you are a new vibration, a new personality, a new idea, and a new understanding in a new reality, literally. And in this parallel reality now that you have joined us in, that you have agreed to co-create with us, we welcome you to this new reality. We welcome you home.